not okay. I'm not okay. And I'm coming to terms with the idea that it's okay for me to be right here where I'm at. And I'm fighting the urge to move in any direction, to make any decisions, because this is where I come to when I make bad choices and bad decisions. The feelings that I feel right now. It starts with just one thing, one continual thing that I fail to do, that I start tucking under, or I just don't do it efficiently. Like I don't follow the schedule that I set forth for myself for filming, or I fail to do one thing and then all of a sudden it snowballs and there's like 10, like I'm overwhelmingly choked by the to-do list that I now have because I stopped being progressive. I stopped achieving. I feel like I'm standing at the edge of my own personal fitness cliff, overlooking a huge abyss just of darkness, of self-criticism, of self-doubt, of self-sabotage, of the worst parts of myself, just this void. And it's hard to not dive in. I don't understand the allure or the pull of my weakness. I don't know how I get here to this place. It's like I always end up here. All the good things start to slide. Maybe it's the darkness of winter, the cold, the dull ache of my ankle. I know right now I'm struggling. I'm struggling hard. I'm struggling to share. I'm struggling to be open. Every part of me wants to retreat, to turn away from all of the good things I've been building. Retreating is not the answer, but it's been a go-to when things get hard. Retreat leads to self-loathing, which leads to circles. And I'm right there on the edge of this proverbial cliff. I just barely made it up. I've just barely made it here. So why do I feel the urge to slide back down? What is this? What is this feeling of scratching and crawling and pulling yourself out of the holes that you dig? And then once you get there, you turn and you look back. It just burns you up. What do you do? What do you do when you know what you should do, what you want to do, and you feel helpless against this cycle? Helpless against the worst part of yourself, the worst memories, just looming, waiting for the opportune moments to ensure the hardest ball, the hardest hit. I'm okay. I'm not failing. I haven't acted. Right now I'm just observing where I'm at, why I feel the things that I feel, how I can have such a good weekend like with my husband and my friends, and then when it comes to being productive, it's just this procrastination that just eats me. It's eating me. I have a passion for doing these YouTube videos, and it's like it's hard. It's hard for me to open my mouth and to speak. It's hard for me to speak right now. I don't understand this part of myself that just shuts down and retreats. I don't understand why I'm this way. I just don't. I'm not falling, and I'm not going to succumb. I'm not going to let myself run off this cliff and fall back into the abyss, back into bad habits. I work too hard. but I felt like I need to acknowledge that I'm here. I need to acknowledge and say aloud and call myself forward, if you will. Not over the edge, but call myself up higher even from this spot that I fall. I'm not okay right now. And it's not okay when I'm not okay to retreat and to go deep within and to start those self-destructive tendencies that I have. It is not okay to go there. So many of us find ourselves on the edge from time to time, the edge of falling into an unhealthy cycle. I know I'm worth the work. We are worth the work. We're worth the time. We're worth whatever we need to do in order to stop the cycle. For me, my instincts lie right now. Right now, I don't tell myself the truth. Right now, I see darkness and negativity and ill intent where it doesn't exist. I perpetuate it in my mind, and I use that as an excuse to retreat further in, and that is not okay. It is not okay to do that. And I kind of have a little bit more in common with turtles. A turtle, when scared or spooked, retreats into their shell, and I can't retreat into my shell. In my shell, when I do that, that is when I shut down and I make the worst choices for myself, for my journey, for my goals. And I can't afford to do that right now. Choosing the word relentless for this year, this is what I'm talking about. Coming to terms with the parts of myself that would sabotage where I'm at. I am relentless in opposing that and striving to overcome it. And I don't know exactly how to do that. I don't know how to overcome my worst parts. I don't know how to quiet that voice that tells me that I'm failing, that I'm a failure. I don't know how to shut her up. When I get to where I'm at and I feel the way that I feel, I stop spending time with friends. I stop making plans. I cancel plans. And I feel like that's bleeding into YouTube. Like, I should be ahead on my recording schedule, and it's slipping to where maybe I just don't film. Maybe I just don't share my journey. And I'm not gonna let myself slide into my shell. I'm not gonna let myself slide into the worst parts of myself and gain back the weight that I've just lost, or start picking apart the good habits that I've built. I feel strong, I feel happy, and I feel healthy. And these moments of weakness, these dark moments that I have, are not going to win. And yeah, that is where I'm at. I have been trying to film a solid vlog, but I have been trying to film almost every day, and I just have all of these clips. And so what I've decided I'm gonna do for the second half of this video, and before we dive into the Weigh-In Wednesday portion of this video, is I'm just gonna tell you guys what I've been up to. So last week I was procrastinating filming, and I had been procrastinating all day, and I was like watching. When I procrastinate, it's like I lose periods of time. Like I know where they're spent. They're spent like on random YouTube videos or like Netflix shows. I waste time. But it was snowing, and we rescheduled my photo shoot because I was sick. So it's gonna be in March, and I was like, I really want some snow pictures. And I had been messing with my hair as part of my procrastination that day, and I had put my hair in these like 3 weird bun things. Somebody had suggested it in the comments. And I was like, I wonder, I hate the way I look with my hair up, but I'm gonna do it. And then I ended up doing like this little braids, and I felt like very Vikings-like. And so I went out into the snow and took some pictures of myself. And my goodness, when I loaded those pictures, it was amazing to me how much I loved them. I felt so proud of where I'm at, and it made me feel better to look at myself and not feel the urge to look away, to not like dread what I was seeing. That was pretty powerful. I already shared them on Instagram, so you guys might have seen them, but I loved these self-portraits. I felt powerful in the moment. And when I look at them, I still feel powerful. So I took those self-portraits. I packed away the Christmas tree in the gym. I'm in the gym right now. I packed away our Christmas tree in the living room, and just making space for like fresh and new. And I also in so doing, I took away like the extra light, and maybe that's affecting. And then my friends and I, so me and Yenna and 2 other friends, we had brunch on Saturday for Valentine's Day, and it was it was so wonderful. Now all of our husbands are in a very small class together, but we had so much fun, and I needed that. I needed that connection, and just to kind of pull me out of my bubble, and it was great. And then when I got home, so this was right before Valentine's Day, when I got home, I walked in and my husband was sitting in the living room, which he's always in our bedroom. He was sitting in the living room, and he had like cleaned up the living room. And right when I started to make like a joke about him cleaning up the living room, I saw in the corner that he had gotten me flowers, and like he got me these cute little earrings and a little bear. I'll put a little overlay, but it was so sweet. He had like the bear and a candle. He had the bear and the candle propping up the flowers. It was the sweetest thing. And then I got so excited because I'm like, oh, now I get to give him my Valentine's. We never do Valentine's Day presents. I'm not really sure what sparked, well, I do know. I was like, a few weeks ago, the Hubs, maybe it was longer than that, maybe it was like a month at this point, he was talking about how he wanted a leather jacket. So he had this fake leather jacket that he had like since high school, and he wore it like even when we were dating. And he was like, I really like that jacket's so done. He's like, I really want a leather jacket. And I was like, well, maybe, you know, in a few years. And then John from Obese to Beast posted on his Instagram that he had just gotten a leather jacket, and he put the company. And when I looked at the leather jackets on this company, they were expensive, but within what we could afford. And one of them was perfect. I was like, this is exactly what my husband would want. And he also needed a wallet. He's used the same wallet for like forever, and it was like falling apart, like really bad falling apart. So I ordered him a wallet and a jacket, and yeah. So we just did gifts this year, and it was fun. It's a fun random thing to do. I don't think that we'll always get each other gifts or celebrate Valentine's Day in this way, but then we had made dinner reservations, and we ended up not doing the dinner reservations. We did a brunch situation, and it had started snowing and so we came home, and that was just the start of snowstorms. So it snowed, I took my photos, it melted, then it snowed, and it kind of melted, and then it snowed, and now we have lots of inches, and it's supposed to continue to snow throughout the week. It's supposed to be like negative temperatures. So that's a fun time.
Oh, one last thing. We also sold my Mercedes. So my husband was driving it in August, and it started smoking white smoke, and so that's a very bad sign. And I finally found the wherewithal to post it online and to sell it as is condition. And yeah, so I was really happy that I was able to do that.
So that kind of brings us to now, weigh-in Wednesday. This is the first week that I have been actively trying to lose weight, and the scale did not move. It didn't move up any, and it didn't move down any. I am the exact same weight, and it's very discouraging. I guess over the weekend I didn't track as well as I could have, and I don't know, like when you eat out, even though like the menus had like calories listed and stuff, I don't know for certain, since I didn't prepare it, that it had the exact, but I don't think that that's it. I really think I added carbs back into my diet in the form of oatmeal and sweet potatoes, and then I also had some pita bread the other day with a salad. I was just like super hungry, and I didn't even process it. I just ate it. I just ate the pita bread. It wasn't like 5 million pieces. No, it was just like one little round pita, and I just ate it with my salad. And then I was like, what did I do and why? And then I ate the chocolate that my husband got me for Valentine's Day. It was like 200 calories worth of chocolate, which is a lot. When I get to this point where I'm at, there's so much self-judgment that I do, and then mixed with outward judgment on what I'm doing, or observation, or criticizing, especially from like a dark place, that just adds so much weight. And I think staying away from comments might be nice, but I don't know. I don't know. But I have definitely talked more than I intended, and I need to work out.
Last month, I cycled 10 miles for time, and my time was 33 minutes and 6 or 7 seconds. I can't remember exactly which. And my goal right now is to beat that time. I want to beat that time. Ideally, I want to get under 30 minutes, and I am pushing for it. It is so important to me. I don't know why it's so important to me today, but it is. And I have to warn you, it's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly in just a minute. I was pushing so intensely hard. I don't know when I've pushed myself this hard, especially since my feelings before were dark and sad and not intense and aggressive. But something took over me in this ride, and it just clicked that I was going to beat the time. It's only halfway through the month. I still have half the month to beat my goal. As I said, I have never pushed myself this hard, I don't think. I cannot remember a time where I pushed past what my body was comfortable with. Maybe it didn't look like all that in a bag of chips to anyone outside of my body, but it felt intense, and I was pushing as hard as I could, and I didn't expect to break. I didn't expect, especially since I was so happy. I wasn't even hearing anything. At the beginning of the ride, I was listening to the motivational talks. I was getting into it, and then something happened when I got halfway and I wasn't on pace to just hit my target. And I was like, can I do it? Can I hit 10 miles in 30 minutes? Can I do it? And I just kept pushing harder and harder and harder and harder. And then I got to 29 minutes and 30 seconds, and I just had a little bit further to go, but I didn't know if it was possible. I didn't know. I thought I was going to fail. And then my bike chimed that I had set a new record. And when I looked down, I was so excited. And the time was 30 minutes exactly. And I just broke down. I was so happy. Even just talking about it right now, it's making me teary. I was so unbelievably happy. I was just happy. And I think maybe I've needed to cry. Maybe that's why I keep feeling like I'm on this cliff overlooking this abyss, because I haven't been in touch with maybe that type of emotion. I haven't cried. And so I don't know. I'm so unbelievably proud of myself. I am so happy. I can't believe that I did it. I can't believe I shaved 3 minutes off. I worked so hard to get it in 33 minutes.
I can't believe that I did it. 10 miles in 30 minutes. Exactly 30 minutes. All right, beautiful people, that's gonna wrap up this video. These videos are always the hardest to do. I feel like when I'm in my feelings, like I'm really, like, that's a great way to describe it. I am in my feelings. I am in my emotions, and my emotions are not stable. And I'm in it. And that is the abyss underneath the edge of this fitness cliff that I find myself on. I don't want to be cavalier and say that I'm not in danger of slipping and falling in. I don't feel like I'm going to fall in. I feel like if I just keep pushing forward, I'm going to be fine. But golly, it's not a place to be. It's not a place to let yourself sit. And yeah, hopefully tomorrow will be brighter. Hopefully tomorrow will be brighter. I love you guys. I hope that you guys are all in brighter places than I am right now, but I know so many of us are experiencing bad weather, lots of snow, lots of darkness, lots of lockdowns, and I know I'm not the only one circling this abyss of self-destruction. Just know you can resist. And even if you've started to slide, you can get back up. I'm rooting for you. I love you. And I will see you guys this weekend.